Skinny Hardaway 7T, back with another EP. And I'm here for a good time, not a long time. I ain't gonna waste too much of y'all time at all today. Just here to hit y'all with a little information of tea with this one. Liam Smith and Janibek, I'm finna butcher his name. Alim Kanuli, Janibek Alim Kanuli, and Liam Smith. Liam Smith is coming out his knockout victory over Chris Eubank Jr. Upset victory over Chris Eubank Jr. You know what I mean? I might add. Beautiful knockout, Liam Smith. So he riding the high right now, right? The WBO has ordered Janibek Olimkanuli versus Liam Smith for the WBO title. Now this is coming in the weights. This is coming in the weights of right. Uh, Chris Eubank Jr. Right, the aforementioned Chris Eubank Jr. He activated his contractual rematch clause with Liam Smith Jr. from his last fight. Now their last fight was not a title fight, but Chris Eubank Jr. Was the A side of that fight, and he did get a clause put in that fight as to where if he was to lose that fight, then he will be granted an immediate rematch if he so choose to. Liam Smith is in an interesting situation, right? Because Liam Smith could now fight for a title for the WBO. Him being obligated to fight Chris Eubank Jr. could, you know what I mean, be it could be like a thorn in the side of Liam Smith's WBO title shot. If I'm, Chris Eubank Jr., right? I kind of, work out a deal because, I got that contract with Liam Smith. I work out something, right? Like I let Liam Smith, get his shot at Janibek, right? And if he beat Janibek, then that means that Liam Smith becomes the champion at 160. So if Liam Smith is becoming the champion at 160, right, and I'm Chris Eubank Jr., that makes our fight when we return for our fight, right, a title fight. So if I'm Chris Eubank Jr., right, and instead of crying over spoiled milk and saying I got next in this fight, I actually I work out, I get it in writing, right, as to where I let Liam Smith, what I mean, fight Janet Beck, Lemon, I'm finna fuck the name up again, what's his name, Alim Kanuli. I let Liam Smith fight Alim Kanuli, right, and then if he win, then when he fight me in that rematch, it'll be for a title. And if he happen to lose, you know what? I still dust him up because he dust me up, right? If I'm Chris Eubank Jr., he knocked me out, so I still want my get back. So whether you win or lose, you know what I mean, we'll still run that back. But if you win, which if I'm Eubank, right, I'd be pulling for him to win, and I'd let him, actually get the fight, so I can give me a shot at winning a title at 160 again, right? You know what I mean? But the WBO has ordered Janibek versus Liam Smith. I'm not really sure if this fight is going to go down, right. I'm thinking, right, if it's up to Liam Smith, right, this fight will go down. But it's an interesting situation with him with Chris Eubank Jr. having that contract. You know what I mean? With Liam Smith. What's good, Charles Granger? Appreciate you sliding through. What's good, Jazz? Got my guy Rick. He said Jordan Beck about to get his draws pulled. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good fight, man. It's gonna be a good fight. I think Liam Smith, more than a formidable opponent, right? Liam Smith, he always been a pretty game fighter. I think he only got that one loss. He may have a second loss, you know what I mean, up in there somewhere. But I know he got that one loss to Canelo, and I don't think he got stopped by Canelo. I know he only been stopped once. He may have more than one loss, right? But I know he only got that one loss to Canelo type deal. So he pretty game. I think him facing off against Chris Eubank Jr. proved that. Yeah, that's beefy, Ricky. Yeah, Glenn Williams, yeah, beefy. The one that just stopped Chris Eubank. Yep, the same one they just stopped Chris Eubank. Yep, beefy. Yep, WBO order beefy versus Liam Smith. Chris Eubank just activated his rematch clause. You know what I mean, with Liam Smith. So there's still a chance that it may or may not happen, right? But again, if I'm Chris Eubank Jr., right, I take step aside money, right, and then I tell him I take step aside money, right, and then I tell him, you know what I mean? I need to be next. I need to be next in line if you win for a title, right? But I ain't gonna keep y'all in this thing too long. You know what I mean? I gotta feed my face. I just want to drop this tad bit. If y'all catch this thing, when y'all catch this thing on the playback, y'all make sure y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure, no, then again, this some UK news, right? So your favorite content creators might not be talking about this, right? You know what I mean? But Janibek, Glenn Smith, ordered by the WBO. They got a 20-day deadline, or this fight go to purse bid. It's gonna be interesting how that work. You know what I mean? This fight got a 20-day deadline, but he got the signed contract with Chris Eubank Jr. I wonder how this gonna work because they both are contracts, right? But Skinner Highway 17, this ain't the past, this ain't the future, this the present. That's how you rocking, and I'm out.